The Mischievians by William Joyce. Things were disappearing in our house every day, like a lot. The scissors, the car keys, the TV remote, one sock, homework that we had actually done. Our parents think it's us. Please, if you get this message, help us! Us? Balloon message. Suddenly, we were sucked down a tube and into a most interesting laboratory. I am Dr. Zuper, said a fellow who looked very Zuperish. The problems that you mentioned in your note are caused by a race of pesky creatures called the Mischievians. Dr. Zuper then pointed to a lively volume that stood open before us. All the questions that you have will be answered in this book. And so we began. The Mischievians, an encyclopedia of things that make mischief, make mayhem, make noise, and make you crazy. Compiled with illuminations by Dr. Maximilian Fortescue Robinson Zuper, MD, PhD, LOL, OMD, QED, and Golly G. Done while snapping his fingers in the air. Just kidding. Maybe. Question. Okay, Dr. Zuper, here's a biggie. Sometimes I know I've done my homework, but the next morning I can't find it. Sometimes I get to school and then I can't find it. Sometimes I get to school and I turn it in and then my teacher can't find it. Sometimes. Answer. I get your drift. Your homework was not eaten by your dog or your little brother or taken by aliens. Well, probably not any of the aliens I've studied anyways. Your homework was stolen by a Mischievian called a homework eater. Question. Why does it eat homework? Answer. Oddly enough, homework eaters aren't trying to be mischievous. You see, every homework eater begins its life by being extremely dumb. But they love knowledge. They eat it up, literally. The more they eat, the smarter they become. Question. How did the homework eaters eat homework in the olden times? Answer. I love that question. In the 1700s, they were called ye olden eaters of homestead studies. Wisdom munchers would, of course, eat the clay tablet assignments of the ancient Babylonian boys and girls. The crunch rock swallow smarts of the caveman times would eat homework that was actually chiseled in stone. Question. Can homework eaters steal homework from computers? Answer. Superb question. Yes, that is their favorite new source of knowledge. Some homework eaters have evolved into file suckers, a completely new subspecies of homework eaters. Question. Is it possible homework eaters could someday eat my homework and so much other knowledge that they will become super advanced genius Mischievians who will rule our world? Answer. I think that happened last Tuesday. Question. Dr. Zuper, you know when you look in the mirror and see a booger dangling out your nose and you know that it's been there maybe all day and everyone has probably seen it? Did a Mischievian do that? Answer. Yes, this mischievous duty is performed by danglers. A small group of danglers live in your nose. Their only job is to lure the nervous booger out of your nostril. Boogers are notoriously shy. Once out, boogers discover that they love to see and be seen. When the booger is visible, the danglers return in their hideout in your nose. Never be embarrassed by a booger. A dangling booger is a happy booger. Question. Do I have to leave the booger dangling? Answer. That's between you and your booger. Question. Are Mischievians responsible for belly button lint? Answer. Yes. Lint bellions are among the most harmless of all Mischievians. They do not break things, spill things, hide things, or hurt things. They cause only minor embarrassment. I mean, let's face it, who doesn't sort of like belly button lint? I mean, really. Question. So where do lint bellions come from? Answer. Amazing question. Lint bellions are not actually produced by your belly or its button. They are made of lint. Question: where does the lint come from? Answer: mostly from socks. Have you ever noticed those little nubby balls that form on the heels of your socks? When a sock stalker steals a sock, he picks off all the lint balls. The newly emancipated lint balls will then make the long journey to find the person whose socks they once clung to. They seek out the safest, warmest place they can find, that person's belly button. They transform into lint bellions and live in happy solitude until discovered and their belly button home is cleaned out. But don't feel sorry for the lint bellions. As you may have noticed, they always come back. Question: where do blisters come from? Answer: that would be the work of a Mischievian called a Mistablista. Every shoe has several Mistablistas living inside of it. They usually hide in the toe area until you put on the shoe. They are rather smushy and usually give you no problem at all. However, when you have been wearing your shoes for a really long time, your feet can get extremely hot and sweaty. Mistablistas love hot, sweaty feet. They become so happy that they swell with joy. Once swollen, they rub up against your feet, which makes them even happier. The result: they are very happy, and you get a blister. Question: but why do new shoes give you blisters after just a few minutes? Answer: brilliant question. When you get a new pair of shoes, you also get a new troop of Mistablistas. These newbies are so proud to be on their first mission that they swell with joy and pride, causing immediate and painful blisters. Question: okay, here's a question that could save my dad's sanity. Does Mischievian have anything to do with the missing TV remotes? Answer: yes, yes, yes. Fiendish creatures called remote toters are responsible for the lost, misplaced remotes of all kinds. Televisions, stereos, gates, and garage doors. Remote toters are currently among the most feared of all Mischievians and have been known to cause not only fathers, but entire families to completely lose their minds. They move with blinding speed and have many eyes to alert them to any possibility of being caught. They can also change colors to match whatever they are running across as they hide the remote in the most irritating place possible. They are so mischievous, they have been known to remove the remote several times during a mission, oftentimes returning it to a place they know everyone has already looked, usually under the couch cushion or, most irritatingly, the exact place it was last seen. Question: why do I sometimes get a thorny thing stuck in my foot when I'm walking barefoot in the grass? I look around, but I never see where it comes from. Answer: and you never will. In every yard, park, and field of grass, there is a tiny, stealthy army of Mischievians called stickers, who make it their mission to stick you in the foot. Question: so when I pull out the thorn thingy, am I pulling out an actual sticker? Answer: sort of. In point of fact, it is the nose of the sticker. Their special detachable schlenoza can be shot like an arrow into the soft, vulnerable underside of any approaching foot. Question: but why? Answer: they're called stickers. It's their job. It's what they do. Question: what can I do to keep away from stickers? Answer: wear shoes. Question: sometimes I get something sticky on my fingers, like between my fingers, and they keep sort of sticking together. They won't wash off for a long time, or all of a sudden there's a spot on one of my shoes that sticks to the floor, and I can't feel it when I walk, and it makes this little sticky sound, and it really bugs me. Why does this happen? Answer: you've been struck by a sticky. Historically, stickies have been found in the stickiest places on Earth: the back shelf of the refrigerator, underneath a car's cup holders, around the cap of a ketchup bottle, and any place a baby has been. Not much is known about stickies, but scientists generally agree that babies, until they are 3 years of age, are the single stickiest thing in the known universe. Bathe them all you want, wipe them off 1,000 times a day. Within seconds, the hands, feet, and faces of babies become amazingly sticky. And what we still don't know is this: how does the chain of stickiness work? Do babies do Does all stickiness and therefore stickies themselves actually come from babies? Or do stickies make babies, well, so sticky? This much is certain. It can't all come from juice boxes. Question. Sometimes there's a bad smell in our house. Mom blames it on my shoes. She blames it on our dog. She blames it on our dad. Are any of these things making the stink? Answer. Yes and no. The various bad odors, smells, and aromas that occasionally befoul your home are almost always the work of the stinkers. Every stinker has a suitably stationed trumpet from which to emit his stink and dial to control the level and flavor of stink. Stinkers consume and store any bad flavors they can find: rotten eggs, sour baby formula, dirty diapers, and anything nasty you might have stepped in. Their collection of stink is endless. Question. Okay, is that smell outside of our bathroom because of a stinker? Answer. No, that's usually because of your dad. Question. How long have stinkers been stinking? Answer. Scientific studies show that stinkers are among the most ancient of Mischievians. They appear in cave paintings and on ancient Egyptian scrolls. Stinkers love bad smells above all else. With their prominent proboscis nose, they can detect deliciously awful smell from thousands of miles away. They can smell great stinks of the past, spoiled yak milk from the lost city of Atlantis, or even stink from the future, rotten twonk droppings from the planet Glump. Question. All right, sometimes I get this itch in part of my back and I can't ever reach it. I twist, I turn, I stretch, but it's always just out of reach and it drives me crazy. Do Mischievians do that? Answer. Yes, indeedy. This bit of mischief is performed by an extremely tiny creature called an itchy. Don't worry if his itch drives you insane. It's supposed to. That is how an itchy knows he's doing his job. Question. When does an itchy usually strike? Answer. He loves to strike at the worst possible time, when you are in front of class doing a report. Any time you have to wear nice clothes and sit still. Nice clothes are naturally hot and itchy and fit too tight, so it's even harder to reach the itchy. Worst of all, they stage full-scale multiple itch attacks when you are trying to sleep. Remember, they are amazingly well equipped to evade any attempt to scratch them. They are small, swift, and always able to skate just out of reach. So relax, go insane, the itchy will think his job is done and go away. Maybe. Question. Okay, I'm walking along, everything is fine, then bam, I hit my elbow. It sort of hurts and feels funny, but not ha funny. Just weird, I can't move my arm for a minute. That kind of hurts funny. What is up with that? Answer. You did not hit your funny bone. You've been attacked by a funny bones. And although you may not find anything funny about it, the funny bones thinks the entire mission is hilarious. Question. But it hurts, and that's bad, right? Answer. No, it's good. The funny bones become so amused that they become completely helpless and must hide out until their laughter passes. Sometimes for up to 2 months, and that's why your funny bone is only hit about 6 times a year. Question. Why do I get songs I hate stuck in my head? Answer. You've been attacked by the single most dreaded of all Mischievians, the earworm. Earworms learn every bad song that's ever been written, and they know all the songs that you really hate. They sing them quietly in your ear, and just before you wake up in the morning, or make someone near you hum one, or having one played on the TV or at the mall, songs that are so awful and so irritating that just saying their titles will get them stuck in your head for hours, days, months, forever, until you go insane. Question. How can I keep from getting earwormed? Whatever you do, don't even think about a song that you hate, because the earworm will know and you will get wormed. Question. How do I get rid of a song if I do get earwormed? Answer. There's only one antidote. Get a glass of water, stand on one foot, and gargle the national anthem for 90 seconds. It works every time. Question. Sometimes when I'm really not supposed to laugh, like when it's something really serious, I start to laugh and I cannot stop. Why? Ouch, that's a tough one, and one of the most embarrassing. The giggler has an amazingly developed sense of when you should not laugh, when it sends you into uncontrollable giggles until everyone thinks you are rude, stupid, insensitive, or insane. Weddings, tests, dinners with grown-ups in nice restaurants, these are the playgrounds of the gigglers. They have large and extremely ticklish feet, which they rub together until they generate a powerful amount of funergy. The giggler then aims the giggle ray at the unsuspecting target, usually you. Suddenly you will feel an uncontrollable need to laugh, even at something slightly humorous, a hiccup, or someone snorting, a burp, or sometimes absolutely nothing at all, will unleash an attack of the giggles that will last until the funergy is released and you are in trouble. Question: why does no one ever admit that they used all the toilet paper? Answer: that is so easy. Humans never use all the toilet paper. Humans are very thoughtful. It is the end roller who unfurls the toilet paper like there was no tomorrow. And why do you think you never find the wasted toilet paper? Because he unrolls it into the toilet for his friend, who is even more annoying. Question: who is the end roller's friend? Answer: perfect question. The Cloglodite. Cloglodites are the fiendish little toilet dwellers whose sole purpose is to secretly clog the toilet and for you to take the blame. Question: they live in the toilet all the time? Answer: yes. Question: that's pretty yucky. Answer: yes, it is yucky, and it is not pretty. Question: everyone in our house, I don't know, has at least 6 pairs of socks that are missing 1 sock. Where does that sock go? Answer: oh, a supremely good question. Since the invention of socks, which occurred on the lost continent of Atlantis, humans have been plagued by the sock stalkers. These smallish, hairy creatures insist on stealing one, and only one, of a pair of socks. The reasons for this are threefold. First, sock stalkers love socks more than anything. Second, sock stalkers can only count to 1. Third, and most importantly, when they see more than 1 sock, it disturbs them so deeply that the hair will immediately fall out. They hate to be seen naked, so they frantically gather up all their fallen hair and wrap themselves in single socks until no part of their bare skin can be seen. Question: are they really shy? Answer: no. They're just self-conscious. They are the only creature who has 11 belly buttons. Question: but they can only count to 1. Answer: that's right. Having 11 belly buttons really freaks them out. Question: yawning is so weird. What makes us yawn? Answer: wow, you're the first person to ever ask. Well, believe it or not, being sleepy does not produce yawns. They are made by yawn mowers. Yawn mowers are members of the odd soundian family of Mischievians. These are the Mischievians that cause humans to make odd and embarrassing sounds. Odd soundians include the burbits, the achuli-doos, the coffee maker, the snorman knights, and the most infamous and humiliating of all Mischievians, the poodles. Question: do poodles make you, like? Answer: yes. Question: what do they look like? Answer: trust me, you don't want to know. Well, that's all the time we have for today's question, concluded Dr. Zuper. Before we could say, but wait a second, or thank you, or may we stay forever, we were zooped back up the chute. However, the good doctor did give us a parting gift, our own Mischievian book. Write down any Mischievians you discover, and I will gladly include them in the Mischievian files, he shouted as we vanished. The books and robots waved goodbye, and somehow I lost a shoe. But it was worth it. Kazoop! Wow, that was fun. Look, there's a blank page. I hope we find some Mischievians. You think there's any around? The end?